Hi, friends. Welcome to my page DIY Cross with Dar. Happy Thursday. Feels like a Friday. Hubby's off today. He's going to be working on the tile again, redoing. So, yeah, crazy thing. But yeah, he'll be doing the flooring and hopefully get caught back up to his schedule that he was supposed to be on for the weekend. So, anyways, how is everybody? Happy Thursday. We are going to make St. Patrick's Day Snoopy and Woodstock standers and a window insert. So, I have my cute little window here. I did pre-paint that one. So we're gonna paint one. I figure, hey, you guys can stand to see me paint one, but painting two would probably be a pain. And then I have two of the stencils. So that way we don't have to wash it. I have several of these because when I made them last year for the craft show, I had a couple of stencils going at a time. And then I just like do a couple and then I wash, and then I do a couple and I wash. So anyways, we're going to work on this project. I have these little cutie patooties here. This is our $10 Thursday. So these are they're large prim bunnies. You can paint it like a girl or a boy. You can get two so that you do a girl and a boy, or just get one. It is in the sale section. So they're $10 and they will stay $10. So that sale section is just going to build and build and build. And then maybe at the end of the year, I clear it out and then I move it over. So anyways, they're in the sale section. When they're in the sale section, that also means that you don't get your additional discount on that. The sale is a sale is a sale. Okay. All right. So how is everybody? Hope you're doing good. Let me put you down to, well, here, take a closer look at these cutie patooties. Aren't they so cute? I am going to go to comments and I'm going to share this over to VIP group. It could get noisy here. Hubby's going to be working on the tile. So who knows what kind of noise we're going to end up with, but anyways, guys, it is going to be a good weekend. It was going to be great. Where am I? Let me see. There I am. Okay, let me turn down my volume. Get this shared over. And there I am. Get this shared to my channel. Go ahead and say hello if you're hopping on. I was trying to get this to start on time so that I'm done and out of his way because he'll be getting the mortar mixed up. He's going to do it by hand this time. Before I used the pre-mixed stuff and it didn't set up. We assume we had a bad batch. It was not good. Not a good thing. So anyways, go ahead and say hello as you hop on. I know it's a little bit slower sometimes. Anyways, these are our $10 Thursday. So they're in the section, in the sale section. Let me give you that link really quick. And then the peanuts kits, they're all in the peanuts section. So how is everybody? I wanted to do these, and yesterday when I was showing you the Easter peanuts ones, and someone said you need to do St. Patrick's Day. I already had on my list. But hey, I had to go ahead and do it. I'm like, I'm going to do it today. So let's go ahead and we'll make this. I have a lot of projects on my table back there for the weekend. I am going to be painting most of the weekend. I have great updates with my cabin. My realtor is really on top of it. Okay, there's a sales section. Sarah says her laser tube comes today. Hope to get up and running by Monday. Yay! We had to do repairs yesterday. That kind of set us back a little bit. So one of the sensors went out on my laser and I had ordered it. Luckily, we get our parts overnight pretty much, or you can choose. I chose to pay the overnight before noon shipping, which was a lot, but it was a small item, so it wasn't too much. Aren't these just so cute? So these are large. These are not our regular standard size. They are they're 11 inches tall. So these are 11 inches tall. Most of our standards are about like 6 or 7 inches tall. So these are large. Those are $10, guys. So adorable. All right, so this is what we're making. I did pre-paint one. We're going to be using this stencil. If you don't have it, I have a few of these left. Not a ton, but I do have a few there. We can't discount the Peanuts transfers. They are $16. I think it's 16. I have to look and see. I think 16 is the size B. Okay, this is what the one we're going to paint. Okay, so it's going to be a standard. We have Woodstock, a pot of gold, and we have Snoopy. And then I've painted, this is the same thing, but it's already painted, and this is going to be for the window, a window insert. So we're going to, when we're done painting this, then we will just ink everything together and glue it all together. We have to chalk, we're going to chalk our Snoopy and our Woodstock. We're going to chalk the details on them. Okay, so all of this will be painted the same. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you, but I thought let's just do 2 for 1 because we can. And I got up a little bit earlier today, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to paint. I need a small board. Just go ahead and say hello as you're hopping on. Let me just, there's little pieces. I try not to do it too difficult, but there are little pieces. These are layered. Okay, so let me get my board and we're going to dissect this and we're going to start painting. Let's start painting. Let me look at all the, see who's here. Hi, Lynn. How are you? Hi, Betty. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Bridget. Good morning, Marilyn. A cold, dry day from Missouri. Donna says, oh my goodness. Thank you for the new Snoopy. You're welcome. I had him on my list. I just needed to get it done. So, hi, Laura. Do you finish the backs? I don't finish the backs because no one's going to see the backs. You can if you want to. Some people do. Some people can't do them without finishing the backs. They're like, no, I have to finish the back. I personally don't finish the backs of my ornaments or any of my standers, but you can do that. Mine are just bare wood, and my customers are used to that. Okay, so I've been doing craft shows here in this area for, this is year 39, and my customers are used to me not finishing the backs. So if I finish the backs, they might be surprised. All right, trying to find a place for everything. We do paint a little bit of this. You paint the bottom because it's going to look kind of like grass. I'm going to take this off and dissect the pieces. The reason that I do it layered is because it makes it easier to chalk these pieces without them being attached. So I do it layered, and yeah, it takes more wood, but it works that way. Okay, I need to get out brown too. So let me just dissect all the little pieces on here. Cutie patooties. All right. I think that's good. I think that'll fit right there. And I did put new tape on here. I have all my paintbrushes. I have a little thing like this. I'll set this up here. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Hi, Linda. How are you? Hi, Vicky. Hi, Chris. Good morning, Barb. Hi, Lucia. Oh, let me put myself in the corner. I am not in the corner yet. There we go. Hi, Sandy. Right, and Sandy Smith right next to each other there. Hi, Pam. Good morning, Linda. Did I say hi? And Lucia. Okay, guys, let's get started. Oh, we got to take this off. Okay, so these bows are going to be the same green. Let me just kind of put the things together that are the same colors. Okay, these are the same. And, okay, this one's darker. Okay, darker green. Okay. All right. Okay, I think we're ready. I need a brown. Where is a brown for this part? Okay, so we're just gonna get started, guys. How is everybody? Hope you're doing good. We might have some noise in the background. Like I said, my husband is home today. He took today off. He has to get the tile done again. And it's a mystery why it did not set up. So if you missed out on my little saga from yesterday, so we've been working on the bathroom remodel, and my husband put the tile down on the floor, did it like normal and everything. He used pre-mixed grout though in a bucket. We've never done that. We've always mixed our own. And so he used the pre-mixed grout, and it's from Lowe's. It's a normal brand. And guess what? It never set up. It never set up. Hi Kat, how are you? Hi Carol. Hi Laura, good morning. We're doing peanuts and we're doing Snoopy and Woodstock with a pot of gold standard. And then I have a window insert that I pre-painted. Okay, so brown, you can use any brown, milk chocolate or umber. New leaf, that I'm going to use a little bit of that. I'm going to do the bottom part here. We're going to make it look like grass. So we'll start out with just base coating with the green. And this, only the very bottom part's going to show. I'm going to make this look like grass. Maybe I should sit down. All right, there is that. How is everybody? Happy Thursday. It got here so fast. Okay, Hauser medium green. We need that for the hats and for this top one. Let's do our Snoopy white because we need 3 coats of white on him. So you have to lift tile. We had to take the tile off and redo. Yeah, we did. So Sarah, when he went to grout it, he went to grout it on which day? Not yesterday, the day before. Today's on Tuesday. Okay, so it had sat there for the 48 hours, and everything's nice and warm inside. There's nothing unusual. It's supposed to set up within 24 to 48 hours. It'd been just over the 48 hours, and he was grouting it, and he noticed that it was starting to move. It seemed normal when he first started, and then it moved and it was squishy, and when he lifted up a tile, it was like it was frosting. It was like it had never even been put onto it. We could scrape it off. He kept handing me the tiles. I took them outside and I scraped them off, and it had not set up at all. So yeah, it was not a happy day in the Brown house. No, it wasn't. So we were able to save all of the tiles. We scraped all of the mortar off of it and the grout that had been put on a few of them. So a few of them had grout on the sides. So I scraped it, then I washed it with the hose, and then we took it to the table and we scrubbed them. We got all of them saved because some of them have special cuts on them. So anyways, yeah, this is take 2. Today is take 2. He's gonna try it again, and hopefully it will work, because it is not fun. It is not fun when you go through it, and it's hard for him because he does have a torn meniscus. But has anybody else ever had this happen? Oh yeah, he was not happy. But I helped him. We sat there and worked on it together, Sarah. We spent a couple of hours. I'm like, I'm just here. I'm going to help you. So yeah, I helped him get it all cleaned up and dried off, layered in between towels. He'll be able to reinstall today. So anyways, oh my gosh, not a fun thing to have to do. So he does have the torn meniscus, but he has osteoarthritis. And so they're telling him that they will not do surgery on him. He needs a knee replacement. Guys, here's the thing. Has anybody gone through this? He is 62 years old. He needs a knee replacement, but he has osteoarthritis, and they're telling him, okay, so that was medium Hauser green. This is light Hauser green. They're telling him they will not do a knee replacement on him because it could kick the osteoarthritis into gear and make it worse. So they said he needs to get the injection in his knee instead, and exercise and lose weight and take medicine. I can't remember which one it is. My daughter-in-law takes it. Can't remember the name of it. It's made specifically for arthritis. So anyways, yeah, they're not going to do the knee surgery. So he has a torn meniscus. He has the Baker's cyst. He has edema in his knee, osteoarthritis. He's got a lot going on, and he's still got to do all this. So okay, so this is gold. This is metallic gold. So I felt so bad for him when we had to remove the tile and do all that. I wanted to cry. I was not. Oh gosh, I just was so sad that knowing that he'd have to do it again. Not fun. So anyways, I helped him with that, and he helped me yesterday because I had a sensor that went bad on the laser, and I know I've changed them out before, but I could not get the screws to loosen up. I had to wait and have him help me. He's stronger, and we had to actually heat the screw up because they had put Loctite on it. Yeah, not good. Oops, I just stuck my finger in the black paint. Let me get a Clorox wipe. So yeah, so it was not a good day at our house on Tuesday for for my husband and the tile and all of that. Yeah, but he's not giving up. We're trying it again. So anyways, good things do happen. You know, got the laser up. I know, second opinion. Yeah, he is going to go in and actually talk to them. He's like, I don't want a phone appointment. I don't accept this. I want to talk to you. Yeah, he needs a second opinion. Let me look back. I missed some comments. Hey, Terry. Hope you have a great day, too. Laura said you got your chalk order yesterday that you placed on the 27th, but the order you placed on the 15th still shows moving through and no update since the 23rd. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Should you be worried? I would be worried. I would ask them to file a missing package. If there's no update and it's been that long, see if you can file a missing package. You might be able to do it on your end. Sometimes when you file a missing package, it gets things moving. They actually find it and it gets things moving. Okay, there's black. All right, let's dry. Let's get another coat of white on here. So everything's moving along up in my cabin too. So I've told you that I have a guy up there working on it. The outside of it, remember I had done part of the outside and then I got injured. That was a few years ago. And I wasn't able to finish it. It's actually been a lot of years. It's been since when I first got it and I was finishing the outside and I hurt myself. And I didn't trust myself up on scaffolding or a tall ladder. So I paid someone. I had the realtor go in and tell me, what do you think, what he would do if it was his place? What would he repair? What would he leave? He told me, well, he would finish the outside. I'm like, ooh, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to just give them money and let them do it. Let me see. Let's see here. Sorry. I missed some. So anyways, that's moving along. It's almost done. So I did pay someone to go and finish the painting, and then I had somebody repair the deck. So not this weekend, but the next, I will be up at the cabin and I'll get everything out and we'll be able to put it on the market 6 weeks earlier than normal. My realtor is on the ball. He has people that actually do work. Sometimes you hire somebody and they're like, oh, I'll show up, and then they don't. So Kat says, I know peanuts are huge, but would love if you made a cat with Woodstock. A cat with Woodstock? I've never seen it. I've never seen Woodstock with a cat. Interesting. Maybe send me a picture so I know what you're thinking. I've never seen it like that. Yeah, I hope so too, Sarah. Hope it works. Hi, Gail. How are you? You've had both knees replaced. Yeah, I was hoping that he was able to get it done. Lisa says, you were told osteoarthritis in your knee and will need a knee replacement someday, but they won't do it until it's really, really bad. Yeah, his is really bad. He has no cartilage at all. So you have a lot of other things first. Yeah, I have arthritis in my knee, and they told me that it's going to be years before they do anything. They did not say you could not get a knee replacement, and Google says it's very successful. See, I think he needs a second opinion. Yeah, okay. I agree with you. I think he needs to ask. He needs to ask GPT or somebody. Hi, Lori Walsh. Um, Kat says one knee replaced with osteoarthritis, other knee you've been getting shots for 3 to 6 months. I'm starting not to help. Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe he'll do the shots, and then if that works for a little while, that would be good. So I think they're just trying to buy time because the knee replacement doesn't last forever, right? Do you eventually have to have another one? Is that how it works? I don't even know. Hi, Janine. How are you? Good morning. We are doing St. Patrick's, Woodstock, and Snoopy. Okay, let me dry that again because I do want to get all 3 coats of my white on Snoopy. Very important to do that. I have one for an window insert painted already. So when it comes to time to ink these and assemble and chalk them, we have 2. Hi, Tracy. You had your back surgery. Nice. You should be going home later today. How did it go? How are you feeling? I've been thinking about you. Hope they are keeping your pain under control. That's the biggest thing when you have those surgeries, is making sure that your pain is under control, never letting it get out of control. So I hope they have been doing well for you. So glad that you got that done and you're on the other side. So anyways, a lot going on. So we replaced the sensor. One of my lasers was down for a day, and that always hurts us because we usually run both lasers the whole time. We do have a lot of orders. You guys are crazy, but we have a stack of we have a thick stack of orders that we're working through. I worked late on them last night to get a bunch more done so that today I can just bag them up. I have them ready to bag. I got all of my picture frames done, but yeah, the laser part, I thought I was going to be able to do it myself. So I ordered the parts, they got here, and then I tried to remove the sensor, and these screws were so tight. I'm like, I don't want to strip them out. I was so afraid that I was going to strip it out, and then you have to drill it, and you have to retap it, and I can't do that. My husband can't, so I waited for him to get home. Luckily, he gets home at 3, so it wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible, but anyways, that was my night. And then I painted a little bit. I cut a lot of things. So if you missed out, this is today's $10 Thursday. What color did I use on Woodstock? I actually used Summer Squash. On the other one, I used Baby Duck. Okay, so I use Summer Squash, but Summer Squash, Baby Duck, either one of those will work. This is today's $10 Thursday, the Prim bunnies. So you can buy just one for $10, or you can buy both of them, and then of course it would be 20. But anyways, yeah, it's $10 a piece. You can get one and just paint it, or get 2 and do a boy and a girl. Totally up to you. So that is in the sale section. All right, let's keep going. Let's do our next green. So we have, so Baby Duck or Summer Squash works for Woodstock. Is this the right one? Nope. Our light green. So light Hauser green, medium Hauser green. I use leaf green. I am going to kind of stipple this a little bit with, I'm just going to kind of put some of the other color on there, make it look like grass. Somebody's sending me a message. No, thank you. So I just kind of want, I could use a sponge to do this. I used a sponge on the other one. Just want a little bit of this color. It's just going to show a little bit at the bottom. Okay. All right. So light Hauser green, medium Hauser green, leaf green. Where's my dark? Oh, here. I think I just poured it on here. So medium green, medium Hauser green, black, white, gold. So the gold is just metallic gold. Sometimes it's hard to find a good metallic gold. This one actually is really good. It is, it's a different brand. So it is, oh, and I forgot to do the bows. Let me do the bows. It is it is the same. Deco Art Glorious Gold. So it is a little different. I'll just leave one coat. A lot of times you only need one coat on the gold because I can see my little coins. I'm going to leave it so I can see the coins. So that's medium Hauser green. Let me go back to the other brush and do the bows. And need to do this one, and then we're done. We're going to dry, and then we're going to chalk Snoopy and Woodstock, and then we'll ink everything in and glue it together. That's it. That's it. So what does the sensor do? The sensor is what tells the, you know how you have your x-axis and your y-axis? On each of them there's two sensors. So it tells that part, you know, the part that goes across that cuts. Okay, so that the long piece that goes across, I think that's your y-axis. The sensors tell it how far to go to the left or the right, and the y-axis sensors tell it how far to go to the front and the back. So when one of them goes out, sometimes you're left guessing if the sensor, which sensor is bad. So I ordered two sensors. I replaced the ones on the side and tried it because what happened when I would try to start up my laser, instead of rehoming to the back left corner, it rehomed to the back right corner. So I knew something was bad, and it wouldn't finalize the homing process, so it wouldn't start up. So I've had that happen before when the sensor's been dirty, and that was easy to fix. I just cleaned it, but this time the sensor actually was bad. So I replaced both the ones on the side, and it still did it. So then we had to take apart the center part, which was a little bit more difficult. Okay, let's just kind of assemble this, and then we will make sure that all of our colors. Anyways, the lasers, there's a lot of pieces. We have done a lot of repairs on ours, and generally I'm able to do things on my own, but my husband does help me with things that are difficult like that. Changing out the laser tube is always difficult for me. It's heavy, and so we are good at it together. So we have it down, and then you have to realign it, of course, and all of that. There's just a lot. There's a lot to owning a laser. It's not easy. Everybody thinks that, oh, you have this and you get to do that. But there's a lot of responsibility. There is a lot of responsibility with owning a laser and keeping it running. So, all right, this goes on that one. I'm just making sure we have all of our things painted the correct color, and then we'll do our chalking. Okay, there's that. Okay, so that's how it's gonna look, kind of slid around. Let me move my paint. I have epilogue lasers. We've had our lasers for 18 years now, and we have industrial lasers is what we have. Hi Shelly, your cart continues to expand. Nice. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. You can put it in the cart, and you can keep it there. It'll stay there for 30 days. So, hey, Tracy, I'm sorry. I just read your comment. You feel like you've been ran over by a truck. I'm sorry. That's tough. That is so hard. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's not fun. Let's glue this together so that can be drying. That's the base. And then we'll chalk our Woodstock and our Snoopies, and then we'll ink everything else while those are drying. Not fun. So, hi Doris, my sister. Long time no see. Over there in Arizona is her day off. Thursdays are her days off now. She's going up to Flagstaff today to get some car repairs made, some maintenance done. So, lots going on here. We'll be having, John will be working on the flooring. Our saga continues. Okay, I am just going to move this over here. What I want to do is get my my Snoopies and my Woodstocks out so I can do those, and then we'll come back to doing all of the inking on everything. Okay, so see, this is the difference between I'll show you the difference between summer squash and baby duck. Not much. It's a little darker. Summer squash is a little bit darker. Okay, let me take this one. And I'll move all this up. Okay. And I'm going to bring in my stencils. And we are going to chalk on these. Okay, let me move stuff around. Get my chalk paste. I have 2 stencils, so I don't have to wash in between. Oh, yeah, Sarah has thunder. Yeah. Yeah, we have 3 epilogues. We got our first one 18 years ago, and then we built the shop on the house, and then we got the second one, and they're large. They're you know, some of the lasers are really big, but you really don't. You know, I didn't need it to be huge. I got the large one, the largest one that was available when I first started. Mine was the largest size that you could get at that point. Let's see. Trying to get it aligned perfectly. So mine has a 20 by 32 inch bed. I don't typically use the whole bed. I actually use smaller sheets most of the time, unless I'm doing our wedding orders. I use the smaller sheets because that is what most of the files are made for. 12 by 19 inch. So most of the files are made to go on a Glowforge when I purchase files. So what I do is we just use part of the laser bed, and it works for us. Okay, so there's that. I've got all my air bubbles out. We're going to chalk these. We'll set them to the side. I'm going to make a little area up here to set stuff to the side, and then we'll ink all this stuff, and then that should be dry. You want to get a We Create laser by summer. Yeah, you know what? There's a lot that are not as expensive now. When I first started, so yeah, they are pretty pricey. So my first laser was $38,000. My second laser was $42,000. So I have industrial lasers that work and work and work and work, and they won't ever overheat. They work all day long. Run it all day long, never have a problem. You don't have to put antifreeze in them. You know, sometimes you have to deal with that. It is not that type. They are CO2 lasers. So I tend to stick with what works for me. But not everybody can afford stuff like that. It's a big investment. But we have done a lot of stuff. We've done stuff for a lot of companies. I used to do all the Marine Corps ball glassware for them. All the cups, we would engrave all of their Marine Corps logo and the date of their Marine Corps ball onto them, and then deliver to the areas. We would do hundreds and hundreds of mugs and glasses and deliver. That was what we used to do way back when. My whole truck bed would be full of cases of glassware, and we would deliver for their Marine Corps balls. So that was a big thing. Capitol Records was a huge thing when I first started. There's our peanut, or I'm sorry, our Snoopy. There's our Snoopy. Snoopy doopy doo. Okay. All right. So put that up there, and then I'll put this over here. I'll wash it. I'll reuse it. I just didn't want to have to wash in between now. I have 2 of these. Actually, I think I have 4. I actually think I have 4 total. So hi Nyla, how are you? Yeah, there's a lot of good lasers out there. There's a lot of things that you can do. And you don't have to spend as much money as I did. But when I frequently do corporate orders. And when I do a corporate order, my laser might be running for 3 days straight and just take like maybe a couple hour break if I have to run an errand. But it won't overheat. It just keeps going. You have to replace the laser tube when the CO2 is out, but we know how to do it all. So it just works for me. So you just have to find what works best for you. You know, can you afford one like that? A lot of people just go with a less expensive one because that's what's in their budget, and that's a-okay. As long as it does the job for you, that's all that matters. You don't have to produce like we do. You know, we have all our wedding stuff, and then I have corporate orders that I do, and then I have all the kits for you guys. So we actually have 3 different businesses with the lasers. We have Etsy store, we have our Shopify store. I do wedding stuff on the side. Okay, there's my Woodstock. See, if you can butter toast, you can do this part. So easy. All right. So the stencil, I have a few extras of these. If you didn't grab them during my last sale, I do still have some of these available. I believe they're $16 is what the size B transfer. We have to sell it for whatever the price was. We can't discount the peanuts transfers. Not allowed to do that. It was an agreement when they signed up and they did the licensing. They agreed that they would not discount, which is good. It's good for me. Okay. All right. There's that. I'm going to set that to the side. I'm going to pull this one up. Sometimes you might have to take a marker. If something went off the edge and you need to fix it, just grab a Sharpie. You can use that. Grab your Identipen. Okay, we're going to start inking everything else. We're going to let that dry. And I will wash my stencils. You can use them over and over. Okay, so let's just get all of our pieces done. We can actually glue the hats together and all of that. Oh my goodness. So it's almost the weekend. What are y'all doing this weekend? I need to clean out my trailer. I've been saying that, but I really, really, really need to do it. It is time. It is time to do that. I have stuff in my truck too. I need to take some stuff to my friend Judy. I brought home all my CDs, my music CDs. I brought all those home, and she's going to put them in a thrift store that she helps with. They do scholarships for high school. And okay, I'm just going to get the bow part. I'm just going to put a little bit of detail. I'm going to use the ink and my Q-tip to get a little bit of detail on here on the bow. That's his little bow tie. Okay. And there's the buckle for just barely putting any ink on that. This is the hat for Woodstock. So anybody do anything fun this weekend? Is it the Super Bowl this weekend? I don't know when I know it's coming up. I know the Super Bowl is coming up. Okay, I don't think I can put any detail on the tiny one. I'm going to leave it. So is Super Bowl this weekend or the next? I haven't been keeping up with everything. I know you guys that are the football fans, or my kiddos are doing fantasy football. So they keep up with all that stuff. I know it's coming up soon. Okay. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Let's assemble the first one so that it can sit. So let's bring in, we don't need to chalk on the edges on our Snoopy and our Woodstock, but what we do need to do is we need to dry them. Okay. And I just stuck my finger on the edge. I was trying not to do that. But I did stick my finger in it. Okay. Let's dry our chalk paste. On Sunday. Okay, yeah, Super Bowl on Sunday. That's what I thought. Yeah. There will be a lot of partying around the U.S., right? Okay, let's get these guys done up here. They're probably pretty dry already, but just make sure, because if I touch it and it's not dry, it's going to be a problem. Okay, now we can start gluing together. Okay, so we have all of our pieces here. Let's start gluing this together, and then we'll ink the other one separately and glue it together. Okay, so first thing first, let's get the hats and stuff on our Snoopy and our Woodstock. Let's get the hats on, and I do need a sponge for some of this. A little bit of glue right there. Okay, so the hat, there's layers. Okay, so there's the hat. Oh, I didn't do, you know what I didn't do? I didn't do the hat band. I need to get a black, I need to get a paintbrush. I did not do that part. Okay, let's stop and let's do that. I just stuck my thumb in green paint. Today's a messy craft day. Okay, so as I was putting that on there, I'm like, oh, the hat band. Okay, so the hat band is not a separate piece. You actually need to paint it. So let's go ahead and paint it. It's going to be black. There is a line there. So this part's going to be covered up. This part is covered up by this. So just paint the black. See? I assembled it and I still didn't notice. I did the one that I did last night. I did. But the one this morning, I did not get that. Okay, and then one for Woodstock. And then we'll dry that really quickly. Okay, see? Things happen. Your son-in-law is the sergeant in Santa Clara County and will be working at... Oh, nice, nice. That's awesome. I love that. Kat says, anniversary. How fun. Not a football fan, but your son Josh's team, the Seahawks are playing. That's cool. I know. I wonder on my kids if any of their fantasy football teams are still doing good. Here was the funny thing was that they said that my granddaughter, who really doesn't know much about football, and she just used either Google or ChatGPT to help with picking her people. She did better that way than my kiddos that know football. My kids all had a little fantasy football thing together. I thought that was really cute that they did that. That was fun. So my granddaughter is, they're out of the country. And they were able to participate. So they can watch from over there. All right. Yeah, El Salvador, they still get to watch their football games. All right, I'm getting glue everywhere. I'm going to just put a little bit extra right there. Okay. All right, let me use the sponge. I got a little bit down on this side. Okay, we're going to get this one glued together and then we'll set it to the side. It can be drying while we are gluing the other one together. Okay, now we can put Snoopy on here. He has his bow tie too. So here's his little bow tie that's going to go across. We can put the pot of gold on. And then it has this little piece that goes, like a sliver of it that goes across. And then it has a shamrock in the center of it. Okay, there's that. Your boys and daughter-in-law are all over the fantasy football. Fun. Hey, whatever works for them. I think it's great. I'm all for that. I'm not because if you have the fantasy football, you can people in multiple teams. So if your team loses, you still have somebody somewhere that's doing good, right? That's what I thought was fun about it, was that it just kind of keeps going. Okay, let's put glue here. Okay, this is for the standard one. So there's Snoopy. Make sure it's nice and even. He looks so cute. I didn't do a sample yet, so this is my sample to make sure it works. Yep. I could have done his hat a little bit lower, but I think it's okay like that. You know, it is what it is. It's kind of up high, but I think it's kind of cute on him. All right. Need to finish doing this part and his little bow tie. Then we'll set this one aside and we'll start inking the next one. Okay, I got a little bit of glue on my finger. I think I'll just use that for the buckle. And I'll get just a tiny bit more. The buckle just kind of fits down in there. There's like a little notch. Just fits right there. Okay. And then his bow tie. And then he has a little shamrock on his hat. Okay. So then that one's done. It can sit and it can... I need to plug in my glue gun because I'll need it. Let me just get... There's a little bit of glue that seeped out. Isn't that cute? That is so stinking cute, guys. I love it. I love it. Okay, let me get my glue gun plugged in and we'll start the next. This is going to be the window insert. Okay, so glue gun, you plug in. All right. Okay. Keep going. Okay, so here's our Snoopy and our Woodstock. And we have all these pieces. So this slides in the window insert. Thanks, guys. Thank you. We wish CC would come back with the catalog for purchase. I know. Yeah, I loved having the catalog when they did it. Now, if you want to do polka dots on this, you absolutely can. I'm going to just leave it plain. I'm kind of liking it plain. I'm going to ink these and then I'll glue this part on so I can set it out of the way. This slides into the window insert. Yeah, people do love their catalogs. I think it's because now they have a lot of smaller releases. So before they used to do, basically they would do one in January and then they would do one in the summer and one in the fall. So they had 3 catalogs a year and that was manageable. But now they're doing releases all the time and they sell out. They don't keep things in inventory. So it's a little more difficult when you run a company that way. You would have to continually be updating your catalog. So I do understand why they don't do it. Am I happy about that? No, I'm not. I wish there was a catalog. I love flipping through catalogs and marking the pages, putting sticky notes on things. That's what I used to do. So things that I wanted or that I wanted to make. and you get all the ideas. That's always nice. So they did do those smaller catalogs for a little bit. And then that kind of disappeared. So I don't know. I think we're done. I think we're only going to be doing online. I think that's it. So, but I do wish that they had another section where you could access the older stencils so you could still look at things. I know you can always go to Design Studios. If you're a designer or a Perks member, you can go to Design Studios and see a lot of ideas for the older stencils. But you know, if you're a customer and you're not a Perks member, then it makes it really difficult because you may not have an idea of how to use a certain stencil as they get, like, if you have one that you've had for a while. We don't always get to use everything right away because life happens. I have a lot of ones that I've never ever used that I'm like, oh, someday I'll use that. But I used to love them for the ideas. Okay, almost done with this part. I'll move this and then we can ink the rest of it. I just thought, let's just get that out of the way. Luck of the Irish. Okay, let's get all this part inked and then we'll glue together. So you always buy more if you have a catalog. Yeah, are there any companies that do catalogs anymore? So one company that I know that does catalogs is Uline. It's my office materials place. They send out way too many. With every single order that I get, they send me a catalog. I'm like, that is so wasteful. So some places it's over the top too much. But yeah, what other companies still do catalogs? Because most people have gone to online now. Everybody's trying to be conservative, trying to conserve like paper and be conscious about the world and trees and all that. Are there companies that still do that? I used to love going through the JCPenney or Montgomery Ward catalog. Can you remember getting the Wish book as a child? I think the Wish book one was the Montgomery Ward one. I loved going through the Wish book. Okay, I'll go back. I'll put detail on that. Will you be making a St. Patrick's Day outfit for the large goose? Yes, I already have one done. I just haven't painted it yet. I think it might be posted. Yes, I definitely have. I have a St. Patrick's Day one for the goose already cut out. So yes, it is coming. I'll see if I've posted it yet. It might be posted already, but if it's not, I will get it posted. Okay, let me just slide this up. I was going to do some detail on that bow. Okay, so let me do that really quick. What time is it? 7:38. I'm doing good on time. I started earlier than normal, than my new normal. Oh my goodness, guys. Yeah, it's been this whole last year. It's been difficult. Okay. All right. Let's go. Let's go ahead and just glue him on here. Let's do that. Let's get all these pieces on here. Glue everything on that we can. Okay. And then we'll do the hat and all that. Okay, so get Snoopy on. Get him aligned. Get the pot of gold. Get my Woodstock on. Okay. All right, Snoopy's hat. We'll do Woodstock's hat, and then we have that little piece across there, and then there's a shamrock on there. Okay, so that goes there. Making sure it stays lined up. There's the hat. Okay, so this is the darker one because the lighter ones go on the hat. The lighter shamrocks go on the hats. There's that. Got this part of the thing. Okay, a little bit of glue for that. Some glue for his bow. Okay, put this, oops, something's moving over here. Stuff's jumping. Okay, that goes there. That goes there. Bow tie. Okay. Woodstock's hat. His bow tie. Okay. And now I'll use the sponge for this. This is the buckle on Snoopy, on his hat. He has a little buckle right there. And then there's a teeny tiny buckle on Woodstock and then his shamrock. And then we're done gluing. I'll get a Q-tip and I'll clean up any excess glue that might be on there. Okay, that goes right in the corner. Right like that. Okay, let me move this. So everything is glued together. I have some glue down here. Let me just kind of dab a little bit. There's a little bit of glue right there I wanted to get off. And right here. Okay, everything looks good. Looks so cute. Now, like I said, if you want to do polka dots, you absolutely can do polka dots. Okay, so that's for our window. This is the stander. We're going to put it in the stand. Best part about this glue is that it gives you a few minutes. Yes, let me show you what type it is. Yeah, this glue doesn't dry real fast. Amazon sends you a book around. Oh yeah, that's right. Amazon does send a book. These are on the website. I'll give you the link. You have a lot of stencils you haven't used yet, Laura. Yep, I know. I know, it's true. I have a ton too. Yeah, this glue is Art Glitter Designer Adhesive. It gives you a few minutes to move things around, and then within 5 minutes, it's completely solid. You can't move it. Like these don't move. They're already dry. Okay, so we're gonna put this in. This is our stander. And then I'm going to use my hot glue. I'm going to glue on the back of it. And then by the time that we're done with that, this will all be set. And we can put this into our window. So this is going to go right in the slot. And hopefully I got everything lined up. And then I'm going to take a Q-tip and I'm going to clean the front part off. Okay. All right. I think it's down as far as it's going to go. Okay. I'm going to clean off the front. And I don't want to break it, so I'm trying to get it down, and I think that's it. Okay, and then I'm going to hot glue along the back so that never gets lost from the base part. So, hey Judy, how are you? I know, aren't they cute? All right, so I'm not doing a ton of St. Patrick's Day for the craft shows because Belinda's craft show is before it. Mine is right before it, but people don't decorate for St. Patrick's Day like they do with others. Oh, let me just finish that. You know what? I didn't get right there. So I'm focusing mainly on Easter, but someone had asked me yesterday when I showed them the Easter one, they asked me what about St. Patrick's Day, and I had it designed in my head, but I had to finish it for you guys. All right. You've been using Stick Fast, and it goes way too fast. There's some glues that aren't good for you to be around all the time too. Like some of them have a lot of smells, and it's not good to breathe it all the time. This doesn't have anything bad. Okay, so this just slides right in. This is the window. I love these things. I sell a ton of them at the craft shows. This just slides right in, and then this is going to slide in the back. There's a little notch at the back, and it just slides right into it. And then we're done. They are so cute, guys. I'm so excited. Let me just put you up to me so you can see it. Oh my goodness, they are so darn cute. Let's get a little bit closer for y'all. Not too close. Okay, that's too close. That's too close. There we go. Okay. How about that, guys? So cute. Okay, I'm going to give you the link. These are in the peanuts section. So they're also in the St. Patrick's Day section and the windows section. So usually they're in multiple areas. Make sure you use your discount card, your discount code. When you're, right now there's a sale going on. Okay. But when there's not the sale, you will always get the VIP 25. So make sure you do that. But right now there is a 30% off sale. So, hey, grab them while they're on sale. The sale ends on Valentine's night at midnight. Valentine's at midnight. So sale ends then. Let me give you this link. And I'm sharing this to you guys in a second here. So you can go and you can grab that on the website. These are available right now on sale. There you go. If you don't have the window yet, you need to grab that. The window's really cute. So anyways, I do have these available with just Snoopy and Woodstock as standards by themselves. So there's that. Thank you. I love it too. We need this cut out for all seasons. I know, I'm thinking that too. I'm thinking, oh, we need to make it for 4th of July. And what else? What other, we have it for Easter. So I showed you the Easter one yesterday. I don't have it in here with me, but I wonder if I can bring it up. No, it's not gonna, it did, oh, there it is. Yeah, it did upload. Let me show you. So in case you weren't here yesterday, here is the Easter one. Look at how cute. So there's the Easter one. I didn't do that live with you guys, but it's made exactly the same way, but you just paint, you just paint the Easter pieces. So there's that one, and then the one we did today. So I did this at Christmas time too. I did a sled. I did the sled. So anyways, there we go, guys. I'm going to go and get cleaned up, get my paintbrushes washed, and my stencils and my squeegee all cleaned up and get ready to start my day. It is Thursday, so we have one more day till the weekend. And then next weekend I'm going to be going up to the cabin. I will be going early on Friday. I have to shampoo the carpet. I have to do a lot. So I have to shampoo the carpet, I have to do all the yard work, I have to take out all the stuff that doesn't need to be there. Yeah, next week's going to be a cray-cray week. Weekend. So, all right. I love you guys. I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you for being here. This is my most favorite part of my whole day is with you guys. I love creating and I love you guys.